Hello, campers. It is Jody. Hold on here. I need to change my brand because we are on CampFire Friday. All right. So I'm sorry I'm a little bit early. I said I was going to come on at 4, but I'm kind of out and about, and I was concerned with the fact that I would not be back out. I have to still drive over um to the grocery store, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll get done in time. And then we always deal with the fact that it gets dark around 5:45 now. So if you guys are joining, let us know where you're joining from, and share. Yeah, let us know where you're joining from and what is your weather like today. So I'm actually, a lot of times I'm joining from my house, but I'm still joining in Stockton, California. And I am, our weather was like, I think it was as low as 38, but it was 40 for a while. So it was pretty cold today. Hence why I actually have my kind of warm, um, fuzzy, I love this thing. um little thing on to keep me warm, and it is warm. I think I need a jacket though, except it's probably getting towards spring. Anyway, if you're new to Campfire Friday, what this is about is this is virtual. We all come around the campfire, and if you I just want to say hello to my YouTube channel, Jody Gambini. You guys are joining from there. Make sure, even if you're watching replay, you put hashtag hello replay, and join in. I would love, if you're watching this, for you to subscribe and like. That's super helpful. Hello to all my personal Facebook family, because I'm streaming there today too. Hey, hey, hey. On there, guys, share this. It helps tremendously. Like it and comment. Say hello, where you're joining from, what's your weather. Super love to go back in afterwards and comment and know that you guys are on. And then my Camp Gambini community. Hey, hey, hey. How are you guys all doing? So if you didn't know, today is episode 104. Wow, it's 104. And today is February 9th. And I just realized, if you guys aren't following me, I'm doing a financial February inside financial freedom group, but also on my personal page and also on YouTube. So you can find it in any of those places, and all the days are um, named. It says day 1, day 2. They're anywhere from about 3 to a couple went to 8 minutes. Just because sometimes I'm just streaming them live because it's easier that way. And sometimes I start saying hi to people and I lose track of the time. So, yeah, let us know where you're joining from. Say hello. And if you guys want to head over and check that out, do check it out. Because if you don't know, I own Connecting the Dots, which is a coaching company. It's financial, business. I work with entrepreneurs and really people, just helping them with their God-sized dream. But I've had a long, long experience in the financial industry as a financial planner, and so I'm giving a lot of my little gold nuggets, making them just little nuggets every single day. So if you guys, the best place to find them is over in Financial Friday, because they're all lined up there, or you can go to my YouTube or go over to my personal page. And like I said, let me know what you think. Make sure you comment and say hello, because I really value when you guys stop by and view things. So today's Campfire Friday topic. So normally we all join around the virtual campfire. So go grab your favorite beverage, drop in here. What beverage are you having today? I just have water. I literally had to put it in a Snapple bottle because I needed some good old water to bring with me as I was driving around. And I've never had something like this happen. I had this big bottle that I measure all my water, and I can't find the lid. I don't know where the heck the lid went, so I had to use that. So, grab your favorite beverage and let's have a chat. This one, it's really I can't get some things out of my head this week. I don't know if that ever happens to you. And when that keeps happening and I keep finding even when I get back in my car or I go somewhere where I'm not focused on what I'm supposed to be doing at that moment, whether it's work related, on client calls, on video, on today was a pretty active day because I had um a client that I met with virtually. Then I hosted, which was so amazing. If you guys aren't on Women with a Voice, they do Fire on Fridays, and I'm kind of substitute hosting right now for my good pal Vera Cavis, and that was amazing and fun. And our speaker Vanessa, all the way from England, and she just wrote a book, and it was so amazing, the tips and things that she was giving. Then I had another call, and then I had another call, meetings, and I did financial Friday or financial February. So my Fridays are really busy because I have financial February going on. I got to drop every single day. I have um Fire on Fridays that I'm helping out with right now. And then I have CampFire Friday. And then I've got other things in between there. So for me, let me know, what was your day like today? What is Friday like for you? Is it like a chill day? Is it like kind of a action-packed day? Do you get off early? Let me know in here. I'd love to know. So here's what we're going to talk about today, because I can't get it off of my mind. So those of you that I happened about 2 weeks ago, I don't even know, it came on, maybe I don't know where it popped up. But it might have, and it was on Toby Keith, and he's been battling um, stomach cancer. If you don't know who Toby Keith is, he's a country singer, been around since the 90s. He writes all of his own songs, and there's all kinds of well-known ones that are known. And then I happened to see a song that he sang, and it appeared that it was the last one. But what really stood out to me, it wasn't the whole thing, but he's from Oklahoma. He lives in Oklahoma, and the local Oklahoma station had come to his house and was interviewing him. And so I'd seen a bit of it, and I was really blown away. I was like, wow, he's doing an interview with the local station, not Oprah Winfrey, not Robin Roberts, not he's with his local station. He's born and raised there. And then I, unfortunately, on February 5th, he passed away. And I noticed, though, that he was really talking about his faith and things, and seemed in such a bold but compassionate level. And then I happened to see on the news station when they started it, because I wanted to go see other ones. They interviewed the gal. Her name actually is Robin, that interviewed him, and she said that she didn't know him, but she was friends with something that was a good friend of his, and said, "Hey, here's my card. I would love to talk to Toby and just interview him about his faith, about his journey, and about everything going on." She said 2 days later, she got a call, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know, the guy's name might be Scott. Scott told me to call you. This is Toby." Like, what? Right? Totally crazy. Anyway, so he 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 had this interview, and now he's gone to heaven on the 5th, which was heartbreaking on so many levels, because for his family, just, I think for me personally, anytime somebody loses a dad, it really hits me, because I lost my dad, and I just I just know what it's like to walk through loss, no matter if the person is sick. I realize this. not too long ago with a situation we went through, and I was like, "You know what? Even when somebody is sick and you know they're not doing well, you always have faith and hope." And so a lot of times, unless it's the very last, they're on hospice or whatever, even then, it's just really hard. Like, it's just really hard. You can't imagine your life with them not here. And of course, if you're a Christian, we all know that they're going to heaven. So what's really stayed with me though was in this interview, I watched it this week again, the whole entire one. And I'll link it down here. And here's why. Because there's a couple of different things, but he shares so deeply about his faith, places where he was praying, like a super cool testimony of when his career took off, which it didn't take off till almost he turned 30, to where he got a record deal. And he had said, "When I'm 30, God, if this doesn't happen, then you're going to have to help me get a different career and a different career path." And so he shared a lot of little areas of prayer, areas of place, areas of faith, even places where he has shared his faith with different people. And I was like, wow. And then he was also sharing about how I think he probably has the most songs published because every single year of his career, he put out a new album. Um, because of the record label he was with. And I think I was because it was such a the I mean, I've seen him interviewed before, but I think there's something different that happens when all of a sudden, and he said this in there, all of a sudden you know that every day is a gift. And I think sometimes we forget that every day we're here is a gift. And are we so in the grind, so in the hustle that we forget it? So that stood out to me. Then another thing stood out to me when he talked about his that he like just the honor of who he was. He knew that his label needed him to release albums. He was the biggest act. But I was like, wow, why is he being so bold? I mean, he was really, really open about things. I'd never heard him talk in such a way before. And I thought, it's today. I was actually thinking about it. It's like I can't get this out of my mind. And sometimes you don't know why is it hitting you so much. And it dawned on me because I've been in the corporate world. I've been in places where you hold back, you don't speak on something, or maybe you don't even you're just kind of afraid to tell people, "Oh yeah, I'm not saying I'm a singer because I'm not a singer, but I'm a singer." Maybe you never sing in front of people, or even when you do, you never tell anybody else, right? But it dawned on me that now he had nothing to lose. He had nothing to lose. First of all, he went to do a concert in Las Vegas, so it was easy to do it for him, and he ended up doing 3 days. They sold out in 30 minutes each. But greater than that, at this point, you could just see that something had really transformed, and his relationship with God was so important to him. And it dawned on me, you know what? He's not. Sometimes whoever we work for, whatever, we have fear. It may be fear. It may just be, oh my gosh, like if I say this, I might be canceled. If I say this and, you're providing for your family, which he is, and it dawned on me, it's like, what would it look like if we live our lives like it was the last day? We would say those things that maybe we've been holding back. Maybe we have fear of what other people are going to think. Not that, I mean, I think he was even, "Hi, Matthew, how are you?" But we would say the things that maybe we don't even realize, but we're like, what if I lose my job? But his perspective now was every single day is a gift. When you're battling something, he even was sharing to be your own captain of your own ship. In your medical arena, he was sharing about his journey with cancer. And I'm going to share it here, but it just really showed me like Sometimes we might even not be the captain of our own ship with God, and and being bold. And why do we shrink back? Why do we shrink back? Because you know what? God has us, and He will be with us. And sometimes, I mean, I'm just speaking from myself because I know I've heard this in my head. Oh, don't say that. What if you lose your job? Well, you know what? Now I've walked through quite a few different things in my life that I never walked through before, and God kept showing up. And that's what I saw. Like He had um faith in God at a level of it was just amazing. And so that was the talk. That was what I wanted to get your guys' thoughts. Is there something, search your heart, ask God, is there something that if you knew that every single day was literally a gift, you're battling for your life? Like he was saying that, like, there are people that there, I've met so many people on this journey that they get diagnosed and they don't make it 10 more days. So I've made it 2 years. I know every day was a gift. And it was just a different interview than any time I've ever seen him on anything. I've literally seen him live in concert, and I think that's just stuck with me. And I was like, what can we learn by this guy? And I would say, like, what are those things that right now you go, oh gosh, I can't say that. Um, what if, what if, what if? So I'm okay just really learning on faith and trust right now. Yes, yes, Matthew. Hey, hey. And I think that that's interesting you're saying that because I feel like that was really what was on the heart. Sometimes I'm like, you made some changes in your life, in my business, and I've been fearing that if I made the right choice, but at the same time, I know that God didn't bring me this far just to bring me what it did I read the rest of it? Bring me like, yeah, to fall down. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Matthew. I think that if we're really being real, I think that's the part. Like, here's the thing, this interview, like, it was not high tech at all either. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy has been in production, he's been in all these things, right? But he didn't care. He literally, I'm sure there's no doubt in my mind, he thought, you know what? I want to give an interview local and to someone that is had the boldness to literally give the card to and is not a big name. And because I'm just going to say the quality, I mean, you could see like the lighting and you could see the big thing, but sometimes we have fear of man. We have these fears. I was just having a conversation with a friend that just called me, and sometimes we don't even realize that. And I was like, wait, what were the fears that were operating in there? Fear I'd be abandoned, fear I would be left behind, fear I would be so like this thing that you're doing, Matt, that's the thing. You know what? God never leaves us. So even if he has to readjust us a little bit, it doesn't mean we got it wrong. Um, it doesn't mean that we are being punished. I think so many times we think about punishment by God, but what really stood out to me in this interview was how he shared about his life, and I don't think I've heard it in that way, and how he like really some of the songs he shared did were kind of controversial, and he like I had no clue like how much service was important to him, how much making a difference in the world over anything else. He made the choice to stay in Oklahoma because he said every time he left, um, even for a little while, that was just home. His mom literally lived right up the road, and that was just home for him and his family. He said he probably sacrificed getting um, some type of award. I forget what it is, performer of the year, something like that. There was one award that he said he's not in Nashville, but he was okay with that. And I think what stood out to me was he must have probably been reflecting on his life, but he's like, I was willing to make that sacrifice because that was the quality of life I wanted. I was willing to do that. God told me to do that. And I think that so many times we start to doubt, but just like you were saying, Matthew, to not give up, to not, um, to remember. I think so many times I can only speak for myself too. The lie that, okay, all of a sudden you can't see me. There we go. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but, the lie I would believe is that I got it wrong. And many times God would go, nope, you didn't get it wrong. You just maybe thought it was going to turn out differently. I knew what the result was, and I needed you to turn right. And that got you going in the direction I needed you to go. Like maybe you're driving here, um, maybe you're on your way to Disneyland and he really needs you to turn around and be on your way to Oregon. Disneyland's all the way in Southern California here so I think that sometimes we put these very narrow things on our heart of what are on our mind, lies, I'd like to call it, that we literally, okay, I'm going to put this back down somehow. Okay. All right. The sun, I think, is starting to set here. So, anyway, I just want to encourage you to live without fear. Do it. Just like Matthew was saying, he's making some changes in his business and he's been facing that. Did he make the right choice? Here's the thing. If that is what the Lord put on your heart, you did. And like, how many times do we not just wait? All over the Bible, it's a timing thing. And sometimes people didn't wait, and sometimes there was consequences. But I think the greatest part is standing in what you're supposed to do. And when you hear those negative thoughts, be like, nope. Okay, God, you're going to make it clear if I need to do something else. But when you step out and do something, especially I think with business, when you own a business, there's this pressure. It's like, if I got it wrong, my business is going to go down. But what if God's moving you in another direction? You're still doing the same business. For example, I have had a signature 12-week mentorship I've been doing since I started connecting the dots, and gotten it down where I thought everything was going great. Went to launch it, and I've never not gotten people to sign up. And I doubted myself and doubted myself. And the Lord kept saying, it's because I need you to shift some things. I need you to start writing some courses and writing some stuff around financial. And you know what? It's been a process, and it's been faith testing, and it's been a testing season, um, of, okay, am I going to hold? Am I going to wait? Or am I going to doubt? Because here's the thing, it's probably going to happen anyway, but how fearful are you going to be? How anxiety filled are you going to be? What are you going to do to move to a place that you just have full peace and confidence? And that's what I saw in this interview with Toby when they even said it. And he said, yeah, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Whatever happens, I'm at peace. And that's what I would leave you with. What do you need to do? Do you need to take a big risk? Okay, hold on. I'm holding. You might not have been able to hear me. Do you need to take a big risk? Do you need to trust God, and you're in a faith building season? Just call it what that is. It means you're probably scared. It means you're not seeing the promise yet. But that's okay. It's faith building, and learning to trust him in new levels. And is there something more I need to surrender? So that's what I would encourage you. What would you do if, like, I know there's a song Tim McGraw sings that Live Like You Were Dying. And he wrote that song right after, I believe, his dad was either passed. And it says, I'd go skydiving, I'd go Rocky Mountain climbing, um, I'd do 8 seconds on a bull, which is like riding the back of a bucking bull, right? In a rodeo. But what would you do if you knew? The thing is, we don't know. but you're going to look back and there's these moments and there's these windows, and it doesn't mean we're going to be punished, but it means, are you pushing through and grabbing on with your heart beating for to trust God? Are you know you heard, and your faith is not wavering? Your faith is not wavering. I'm not saying that you don't want it to disappear, but your faith is not wavering. So I'm just going to release a prayer. Father God, I just release a prayer right now over everyone, that you will speak clear to them what that is for them and what you're calling them out into the uncharted territories of trusting and faith and peace. God, I just release a deep shalom peace over every single person, a confidence that they hear you, and confidence that they are hearing you, in your mighty, mighty name. Blessings to you all. Sorry, okay. I'm in my car and I was trying to do this in the landscape mode. So I was trying to use my little tripod thing, but the sun is just not capturing it right. So blessings. Let me know, what are your plans? Are you watching the Super Bowl? Are you celebrating Valentine's Day? What are some plans that you're doing this weekend? Blessings to you all. Bye.